In Memphis, nothing comes easy, and that's exactly how we like it. This is a city built on hustle, on heart, on grit. And at Carway, our rides are built the same way. Tough, reliable, ready for the grind. No games, no gimmicks, just Memphis-style service. Real, honest, and built on trust. Where grit meets grind, you meet your next ride. Carway, grit, grind, and Pink Beetles. In Memphis, we know a thing or two about resilience. From the grindhouse to the Delta, we protect what's ours. But when pests invade your home, it's time to fight back. Grade A Pest knows how to handle what crawls, flies, and bites. With local experience and guaranteed results.
I'm Reggie with Grade A Pest Control. We service the Memphis metro area. That also includes DeSoto and Fayette County as well.
Grade A Pest has the entire Mid-South covered. So if bugs and pests put you to the test, let Grade A solve your problem. Welcome to Tigers Untapped, a Bluff City media podcast. Stepping up to the microphone are your hosts, Trey Lasley and TJ Willis. Now, let's get to the show.
We're back.
We're back.
We're not the only ones back. Kenny's always working overtime.
I need y'all to know.
Week, we're back. This is TJ's first ever live show, and he's incredibly nervous right now.
Yeah, I just need y'all to know, give TJ some grace because this dude has never done this live before. I usually cut out the first 5 minutes of the show because he does this. My mic is muted bullshit every single time.
I don't think I did that.
TJ's probably not the best go live show person out there.
TJ, we're live. All right, we're live.
Put a filter on me. We need a slight delay.
Also, shout out a special St. Patrick's Day episode. See, TJ's left his wall splotched with different shades of green to celebrate the holiday.
Yeah,
there's some brown in there too.
Christian said on the bluff, we just ended it. He said, I genuinely think TJ's probably got his stuff together. He's probably painted his walls.
No chance.
Oh, nope. I prioritized the downstairs bathroom. We did get the vanity installed and the baseboard's cut. That's in. We've silicone. We've caulked it. We've got it mounted. We got all the wallpaper done. Silicone, clear. You want the brand? What are you looking for?
Yeah, I just didn't know what you were like, paintable caulk or what.
It's funny. Jared Davidson said before I did the Silverfield show with Trey, I thought Trey was TJ and T was Trey. They actually Silverfield got that backwards once. I believe
he did get it backwards.
So you're not the only one.
Let me ask you, TJ, you've not had the chance to meet Jared Davidson live and in person. He is an Arkansas fan that is super excited about Ryan Silverfield being his head coach, and then Trey had to blast him on that show. What are your thoughts about is Arkansas going to be as bad as everybody thinks they're going to be this year?
Yes. They could have hired Nick Saban and they're going to be bad, but that's nothing to do with Silverfield. That schedule is awful.
Awful.
It's a brutal schedule. So, I mean, maybe they'll win 4 games. I really don't know. I don't know much about what they've added, but
Memphis
rough schedule.
The version of Memphis 2.0 that they have over in Arkansas, over in Fayetteville right now, They could barely
our
win
satellite campus.
our satellite campus in Fayetteville. They could at the real University of Memphis, they could barely win 4 games in the American Conference. Like, I don't think they're going to be that successful in the SEC this year.
It will be a little rough. I ain't gonna lie.
All right, tell the it's been a while actually since we've done a beer on this television show podcast.
Dude, I haven't been on this
Timothy-
podcast in a month.
That right, and I have not done a beer without you. I think I've had ginger ale, I've had a Gatorade, possibly just water,
I think you had a Coke Zero.
a Coke Zero.
Hydrating as heck.
Well,
tell the folks what we're sipping on this evening to celebrate St. Patty's Day.
Yeah, we got the High Cotton Hooligan Irish Red. Look at that thing. I got this bright light now, and it's actually kind of making it hard to see things, but
Love the
look
artwork.
for the bold.
Love the artwork on this High Cotton Hooligan.
Is that green? Is that green or is that just TJ's camera?
No, it's green. Here you go. If you guys need to see true colors, you got to look at my camera.
I have other options. I mean, I can change it up.
Jonathan McCauley. Shout out to you, J Mac. Who's the guy with Trey and Kenny this time?
Yeah, I know. We already talked about that. It's been a while since I've been here. We were in Disneyland, Disney World, actually.
Land, yeah. You weren't in land. You were in the whole world.
I was. Now I'm in orange light here.
All right, let's jump into it. We got some stuff to cover. We're not the only ones back this week. Officially announced as of yesterday. I guess to no one's surprise. Maybe some. I don't know. But the University of Men's Memphis basketball coach Hardaway is back.
I think Trey might have been a little surprised. Trey was ready to move on.
Ready to move on, yes. Surprised that he's back? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I think given the financial circumstances, unless he had decided to walk away on his own or something ridiculous came out where there was a fire for cause situation, I think we were all probably pretty certain he was coming back.
He was gonna get that extra year no matter what, just because of who he is, right?
Well, it's also tough. You know, you come off of a year last year like you had where you're a 5 seed, you win the conference, you have a second team All-American and PJ Haggerty, Dane Danger. I think you give him a year to get it right. Right?
Yeah, but
get it right? I don't know.
You get an extra year to get it right. But then how long does that
schedule is brutal?
Yeah, how long does that leash last?
That may have honestly played a part in it. I don't think you want to try to bring a head coach in with what you have lined up, teed up on next year's schedule. I think since we've recorded, we announced a home and home with Texas. We are in this American A10 challenge. We play Dayton next year, I think, right, at a neutral site. This is gonna be a tough out of conference next year.
More tough than this year. This year's was not that great. Let's be honest about it. Like, I know Penny used it as a we got smacked by a tough non-conference. It wasn't as hard as last year's, and they dominated last year's non-conference.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of ended up being like 2 years ago, right? When you had not maybe quite the names out there, but
you forgot Iowa State, bro.
Yeah. I forgot. You're right. I forgot about Iowa State. First game of the year, isn't it?
Yeah. I think you're right.
How many neutral site games are we playing next year?
Quite a few, because that's a neutral site game too, right?
Yeah, and that one in Sioux Falls, I think. And then you got Dayton somewhere. I don't know where it's going to be.
Are we going to Sioux Falls? Are we going to do a Tigers Untapped in Sioux Falls?
I don't know. Right now, I'm trying to plan the Vegas trip. So
that's right. We got to plan the Vegas trip first before
week 0. Yeah, need to get out there.
That's dedication. If you're going to the Sioux Falls game, you couldn't.
Like, I don't even know how you
take that one.
You have to take like a propeller plane and then horseback to Sioux Falls, right? Like, is that you fly in and then take a horseback over some mountain ranges and then get there?
Couldn't tell you.
I don't even know. Yeah, don't even lie.
Straight up, what's his name? I don't know that I could point out Sioux Falls on a map. to be honest with you. I know that it's in South Dakota, but don't know that I could hit it on a map.
Mm-hmm.
So Penny Hardaway's back. He will get a 9th year. But that's not to say there won't be changes.
Lots of changes.
Lots and lots and lots of changes.
You put their faces up there, bro. That's messed up. That's messed up. That is so rude.
Is it though?
You
forgot Todd Forcier's. You got to get Todd Forcier in there.
I had it and I couldn't get a picture. They've already removed these off the athletics.
Yeah, the moment you're done, dude, they're off there.
These are thumbnail pictures.
Dang.
And to be honest, I didn't know. Several kind of middle-aged white guys popped up when I typed in Todd's name, and I didn't know which one he was. So let
me see.
I didn't want to risk it. And he's just the strength and conditioning coach. I feel like we go through those.
You heard
Ed Scott, every year, yeah.
You heard Ed Scott today say the Memphis basketball players' bodies weren't what we expect out of Memphis basketball players.
He did say they did not look like Memphis basketball players.
I was like, dang, that's tough.
I didn't really know what he meant by that, but
he said they got bad bodies, bro.
I guess he was calling out your boy Simon, maybe a Rop.
No, those guys are just skinny.
Do you think combined Simon and Rop weigh more than any one of us?
Combined, yes. What do you mean?
They were like $1.15 a piece.
No,
that's pretty close.
This guy, dude.
Clearing house. Mike Davis
probably weighed more than you alone.
Freaky JJ's gone.
Relax, bro.
That's what he's known by. I don't know what it.
Hey, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get a message. You better.
Trey's gonna get it,
and I'm gonna relay them straight to you.
And Roy Rogers has turned us down for an extension on a year-by-year basis to pursue NBA.
Is it bad that I forgot Roy Rogers was a coach at Memphis? Like I was like, who? Oh,
yeah.
I think this is what you needed. A lot of
sure.
Surprise. Well, I don't know. I guess it's not surprising if anybody was going to be left over from the staff, but Andre Turner, obviously not impacted by these. I don't know, reduction in staff,
which I like. I like Andre Turner, little general.
I'm
glad he's still here.
Interested to see what the clearing will look like on the roster. If anybody's brought back. I think Penny was asked directly about it and pretty much was like, I don't even want to think about this team ever again. It was kind of the vibe in the answer that I got.
Well, are you talking about after the Tulane game? He said
yes.
He said, I'm not going to comment.
I know, but I'm also just kind of like, I mean, we did it this year. You had 15 new guys. You may honestly need 15 new ones next year. I don't know that I want. I've gone through periods where I wanted like Thetford back. For a minute, I thought I wanted Bradshaw back because I felt like he'd improved, and then he totally regressed again.
Well, no, this is what I said. Look, can I tell you what I said on the Tigers Live show about Aaron Bradshaw? Please. I think you've seen everything you're going to see out of him. I think he's as good as he's going to get, and that's not enough. It's not enough. Yeah. So move on. Like that's. Penny got a lot out of him, a lot more than what we thought. At the beginning of the season, he was unplayable, and Penny pulled a lot out of him. And I think he squeezed every bit of juice out of Aaron Bradshaw that he could, and it's done. I think you move on.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate it.
A 7-footer that can't rebound. It is what it is.
I don't know that I want anybody left from this team. A team that went 13-19, got swept by Ron Hunter. Got swept by Wichita for the first time.
Wow, you guys don't want Ashton back? You're just trying to get rid of the namesake?
Barely made the American Conference Tournament. Let's go find some winners.
Or just people.
The worst part of all this is
just smart basketball players.
The NCAA tournament starts this week. It's literally on right now if you consider the first four, and I can't even enjoy it for the, I don't know. What is this? The 9th time in the last 12 years that March Madness isn't any fun. You guys even going to do a bracket?
Yeah, I did a
Yeah, I'm
bracket.
doing one for the $2. The $2 deal that they're doing.
I don't know that I can even get myself to do that.
Wow.
It's just not fun. What fun is it?
What if I told you per 100 possessions, this is actually Aaron Bradshaw's worst year ever? How'd that make you feel?
All I have, I'll be honest with you, I never watched a single minute of Aaron Bradshaw at Ohio State and Kentucky. So if what I am basing my opinion on is what I saw at the beginning of this year for Memphis compared to the middle of this year for Memphis. That's all I got.
But then compared to the very end of this year.
I stand corrected. It's not his worst year. It is definitely his most inefficient year and worst defensive year. He was down in both offensive and defensive ratings, but technically he did score more points per 100 possessions, but he still stinks. I'll just be honest with you.
So is there either one of you, anyone you want back from this team? What about Quante? He kind of turned it on the last 6 or 7 games of the year.
This is who I said. Immediately after the Tulane game, I said, give me 2 out of these 3 guys. If you give me Julius, a choice between Julius, Quante, and Simon Majock, 2 out of those 3 guys, I'll take 2 out of those 3.
What?
Dude, what pictures of you does Quante Berry have, or of Simon Majock have?
What? You've never Simon? Since when?
Or Simon?
He's 18 years old and actually plays with energy. Now get him some time. Apparently, get a new strength and conditioning coach in because he's got a bad body.
Get his body like Memphis basketball bodies should be.
Yeah.
Can we hire? Wow, TJ.
Yeah, Tedford's the only one I want back. You could maybe talk me into Quante Berry, depending on what his minutes are, what the expectations are for him, because he did kind of heat up at the end of the year. But the rest of them, I kick rocks. I mean, if Doug could come back, I'd entertain the idea, but he ain't coming back.
Oh no.
You could do much worse than Doug.
Yeah, me. You could put me on the team. Yes, you could do worse. That's true.
No, you're crazy.
No.
You're crazy.
No.
Doug's the reason you won at least 3 games.
Okay. He's also the reason you lost 18 games.
That's fine. He's better than Dante Harris, and we were talking about having Dante Harris.
No way. No,
yeah,
sir.
I think he's definitely better than Dante
You
Harris.
tell me we could have Dante Harris.
Dante's in the tournament, TJ,
He's in the tournament,
and I think he was a freaking
that does not mean anything, guys.
Conference player not player of the year, but he's all conference at Tennessee State, maybe.
You tell me I could have Baraka Okoje and Dante Harris instead of Doug and Curtis Givens. I am down for all of that.
You're not convincing me Okoje's minutes and his stat line at Mercer or wherever he ended up is that impressive. I'm not falling for that.
I'm just telling you what I saw on the court with Dante Harris and Baraka Okoje. Yes, last year with the Memphis Tigers, I would rather have that than Doug and Curtis Givens. No doubt. Not even close.
What did Baraka end up averaging? Oh, goodness. His last game, he had 26. 26, 4 assists and a board, Timothy. Averaged 23 and 5. You're telling me we couldn't have used that?
I could tell you didn't get that when he was here.
That wasn't his role.
We saw a sample size when he was here, and he was not very good.
Oh, he was awesome. I loved him. I loved Baraka Okoje.
You just loved the long wingspan.
I love the way he played defense. I loved the energy. I loved everything about his game. Except for his shooting. He could not shoot the ball very well, but that's whatever.
He shot 33% from 3 this year. 43 last year.
True shooting of 57% this year. That's crazy.
He shot 41% from free throw last year for us. Do you know what he shot this year at Mercer? shooting 9 free throws a game. That's PJ Haggerty level stuff. He shot 42% for us from free throw line. Guess what he shot this year? At 9 attempts a game.
How many? What?
82%.
75.
75. Okay.
82. Come on, man.
What is it with putting a Memphis jersey on and immediately not being able to shoot free throws anymore?
The rim. It's got to be.
Granted, wow, he only shot 17 free throws all of last year. He shot 33% and took 123s. TJ, I would have taken Baraka this year. I would take him back next year. Go get him back. What would it take?
Are you going to give him that same role? Or he's just putting up shots left and
No,
right?
he's a senior now. Let him be the starter. Putting up shots left and right. What are you talking about? For Mercer?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, if he
That's his
these
role at
numbers up,
Mercer. He's putting up 13 shots.
yeah,
Are you going to give him
He's
that at
making 'em.
Memphis?
yeah, he's making them.
You're not doing that.
I mean, he's getting to the line 10 times a night. Take that.
That makes for very boring basketball. But if he can get to the line that many times for us, then I don't care.
You know, it's
I don't
not
care.
boring.
Win
It's
games.
winning.
Win games, bro. Win games.
You know, it sucks this season when we just send the other team to the foul line 150 times a night. That's boring.
So you take a Tony Bennett. If Tony Bennett wanted to coach Memphis, you'd take on Tony Bennett and play that slow style of offense.
Does it end the year with a national title, or do we lose to a 16 seed? Because that would
It's a 16
result
seed
different.
because
Loses
that's the
16?
way it works.
Yeah, I would not take that. Hard pass, thank you. Speaking of, there's a prop bet out there that you could. It's any 16 seed to beat a 1. What do you think the odds on that would be?
Not high enough.
You're right. It was only plus 1,800. That seems ridiculous. It's happened twice in the history of the tournament. How is it not much higher than that?
Well, it's probably something about the seeding this
Especially
year.
this year. These are like historically good 1 seeds.
Are they though?
I mean, computer metric wise, yeah.
I'll be honest. I don't even know who the 16s are. I don't even know. We don't even have all of them listed, do we?
I think there's something history wise. There's only been like 2 or 3 teams that have a net rating at KenPom over 35, and 3 of the 4 number 1 seeds are all 37, 37, and 39. That's historically good. For a while, Duke was over. They were over 40. I mean, 0% chance that a 16 wins this year. That should be significantly higher than plus 1,800.
When Julian was filling out his bracket, he picked Howard to beat Michigan, and I was like, I'm gonna update that for you just to kind of help you out, bud. But you heard it first. My 4-year-old thinks that Howard is going to beat Michigan.
If I were you, I would maybe put a little bit on that.
I think Michigan's the weakest number 1 seed, honestly.
Really?
Wow. Wow. That seems surprising.
Is it?
I do like Arizona a lot, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
like
how close
Arizona?
were we to having freaking Bradley 2 years ago? Kenny had told me it was a done deal. Signed, sealed, delivered, he tells me.
Didn't say that.
You did. That's what you told me. And then we ended up with the wrong Alabama point guard. So
Kenny has led us stray a couple of times, unfortunately, but it's okay. It happens to the best of us.
I learned from the best.
who's that?
This man,
Who's the best? Interesting. Okay. We're supposed to have a GM in the next 5 days. Why are you shaking your head, TJ? You don't want a GM?
No, I'll take anything at this point. I just don't know what it's going to do. I really don't. What does adding a GM to this team do?
Hopefully
I say this
allows,
team. I mean, in reality, what does adding a GM do for a coach that has control issues and trust issues like
Yeah, I don't
that.
know.
Well, according to Ed Scott, it's the first time in the history of Penny Hardaway that he's ever said, "I need help." So that's a sign that maybe he's saying, "Hey,
Well, shit, he's about to get fired. Of course, he thinks he needs help now.
no, you let that man put a man in a corner and see what happens to him, right? Like back him into a corner and see he's ready to change. He's ready to change some shit. Hell yeah."
Does him give us?
Oh man,
I think this question is a little bit too early for us to answer. John Cook asked, so 2 coaches return, maybe 3 or 4 players. Odds on winning
if it's
next year, how many wins next year?
if we only have Penny and Andre return as coaches, and then only 3 or 4 players, I'm going to say that we don't win a game.
Probably don't win much.
We would at least lead 5 players for me to feel confident that we would get a victory. But yeah, I don't know. It depends on how the rest of the roster shakes out. I don't think, honestly, the coaching staff really matters, to be honest.
I think it only matters in the negative. In the positive, I think it's kind of like it is what it is. But if you have a really bad coaching staff, it really does damage.
Who are you expecting him to be able to hire?
I don't know.
It's kind of like I don't want to say it's a lame duck coaching situation, but in the situation that this is, kind of feels like Penny's last year. Who's going to sign up? Who's going to leave a cush gig to come here and do that? I get that. And that kind of goes to John Martin's point, which I hate to reference that, but I get what he's saying. But I do think if you're on an NBA staff and maybe you're on your way out, getting fired at NBA staff, joining Penny's college staff 1 year just to kind of get some college stuff under your belt, kind of diversify your portfolio, it could work out, I guess. I don't know what that does in the grand scheme of things,
Yeah. I don't know. Today, like you said, John Martin said he'd talked to a couple of people, one assistant that's at a decent situation somewhere, and he told him they'd have to double his salary. There's nothing enticing right now about coming here if you already are at some spot.
Sure.
So, but I don't know. There's been rumors that they're trying to fill out an associate head coach spot, and I've talked to some people that, Gary Parrish put it out there that said we'd be familiar with.
It's a name we know. Yeah.
So to me, that sounds like it's like a Tony Matlock, but I'm like, why would he leave his head coaching gig to come back and be an associate, or somebody like Frank Haith or something? Frank's at like A&M now, but it's like, I don't know why he would leave there.
Bring Todd Day home. That's a name we know.
TJ's been on the Todd Day train for a minute.
No, I'm on the train of, I know how Penny does this, right? He gets guys he's familiar with, guys he trusts, and he surrounds himself with them. And you could convince yourself that Todd Day would fit this, right? He's a former player. He's been a longtime head coach. I said long time. I guess as long as Penny has been, right? Maybe at a much smaller level. But it would check the box. I don't know what it does for you.
Here's my question to y'all. Based on what I think there were questions around who would do the hiring even before Ed Scott came out and talked today. He made some statements today that made me think Ed Scott is going to be the one, alongside a GM, will be the one that will be filling out not only the roster but the coaching staff as well. He said in the talk that he had with Gary Parrish, he said Penny Hardaway laid out his plans, and now it's my job to make sure he has what he needs to fulfill that plan. That sounds like it's Ed Scott saying, I'm going to be the one that's going to go out and get the guys that can put him in the right place.
Is that going to work though?
Well, that's kind of a bad situation, because now you're having Ed Scott put guys around Penny. So if Penny fails, if you're Penny, you're like, look, I didn't want these guys. You hired those guys. And so you kind of almost feed Penny for another year. If he has a bad year, you're like, well, you hired these guys. I didn't hire these guys, kind of thing. So
yeah, but
I don't know. That's risky to do with that.
I agree with you, except for it also sounds like to me that Ed had some very hard conversations with Penny where he's basically like, this is it. This is your shot. Sure. to get this right. You know,
I mean, are we in agreement that Ed was the one that told him he had to make these staff changes?
For sure.
I mean, I know he said on Gary's show that this was Penny's plan. He didn't. This was not his doing. He knows people like to say that, but I'm like, I don't know. I don't feel like I believe all that. Maybe Ed didn't force him to, but it was a suggestion for sure.
a very strong suggestion.
Yeah, a nod.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to see who the names are. Again, I don't think it'll, for the common fan, they're going to care one way or the other. And honestly, again, to Kenny's point, unless it's like super detrimental, I don't think it's going to really matter either way. We've kind of been through this. I mean, I'm not going to harp on it because people freak out about it, but we're about to have our 17th set of, we've had 17 different assistants come through.
And I know that the Penny stands are like, well, they all left to go to different, like better coaching positions. No.
Only 3 have, and whatever, everywhere has turnover. People have turnover, but I mean,
just last year he fired.
That's what
his
I'm
whole
saying. I
coaching
don't think it
staff.
matters. You
Like,
have staff turnover so much that I don't think this is going to be like.
what do you think is going to be more important,
Game
a new
changer.
coaching staff or a GM, or
Hopefully the GM
or
Penny-
an athletic director that's more engaged? Did you ever hear Laird Veach talk like this? Ever?
I never heard him talk in general.
Did
What
you
do
ever hear
mean?
Laird Veach talk?
No.
Like, come on, man.
No, there's 2 different types
said-
of dudes as well.
Exactly. I'm not. Listen, Laird Veach is in the Power 4. Like he's athletic director for Missouri now. So whatever. But I said this on the Bluff Show right before this, and I'll say it here and see what y'all think. It feels like to me that what you're seeing right now, based on what Ed Scott said today, is that there has been a level of, even though Penny is a pro's pro, there has been a level of amateurishness coming out of the Memphis basketball program as a whole in terms of how things are run, how things are done, who does what, how decisions are made. It feels very amateurish, right? It has felt that way for a while. And it feels like to me what I am hearing from Ed and the decisions that are being made is it's time to level up this program to a more professional level so that we can reach, because clearly this amateurism that y'all been running that Penny has ran this with is produced what we saw today or this year, right? And now Ed's basically like, that shit ain't gonna fly. I'm about to we're about to raise the level. The bar is being raised. Penny, now it's your time to meet us there. Instead of you trying to pull the bar up, we're pulling the bar up. We're going to set the expectation, the standard. Now it's Penny. It's your time to meet us there. And if you don't, we'll find somebody that will.
Yeah, I mean, I think back to your question about the GM. I think it would be a tremendous help, but 2 things, like Penny's got to, again, allow that person to do what they need to do, right? And Ed kind of talked about it like
voice.
Penny's a very good player development guy. Like we've seen it before. Kelvin has sent guys here before the draft to have them work out with Penny. He talked about Tony Bennett doing it. Like that's what he thrives in and what he's good at. And then being able to coach. So like if he can actually hand the keys over and let a GM handle all the program running, like go finding the guys for next year, all of that stuff, and allow Penny to do what he's the best at, then I think it will be very beneficial. I don't know that that's, especially if it's like Ed kind of forcing a guy that he wants into the role. Like, I just don't know if it's going to work.
It felt kind of, I'll be honest with you, it felt kind of like a little bit of a shot at Penny, that statement. You're really good at developing.
But you can't do anything else with the basketball program.
That's about it.
Is he wrong?
That felt like that, and him saying that Penny's got to be faster at making decisions, I felt like was really throwing him under the bus. Like, I don't disagree at all. I think waiting, obviously, hindsight's 2020, but waiting on Dane and PJ obviously made this roster end up being what it was. But I don't know, just the way that he kind of put that out there like that, I was like, I don't know that I would have done that.
If that's what he's saying publicly, I would be very interested to know what was said privately. Like, I don't think it was a pleasant conversation. I'll just say that. I don't think it was some kumbaya rally around, everybody hug each other and stuff. I think it was a very frank, hard discussion had by both of those guys. Two men in a room and just had a really hard discussion. That's what it sounds like to me.
Two men in a corner just doing hard stuff.
Backed into a corner.
Well, I mean, you think about it from Ed's perspective. He doesn't want to fire Penny. You don't want to be the guy that fires the local legend, right? That's not fun for anybody.
He talked about how many people he reached out to. Talking about that Georgetown, Michigan's AD, about Juwan Howard, like
Ohio State's
AD. That was a little different because Juwan started punching people when they would lose and stuff. But Ohio State, like,
I'll say this, going back to the conversation around the GM and how I don't know what it does for you. I think the only way you can bring in a GM and it's going to make a difference and you'll see a turnaround in this team is if you hire a guy that's like a grassroots basketball guy. You hire someone from the EYBL, or you hire someone who's from what is the name of the Under Armour circuit? Whatever the Under Armour circuit's called. You hire one of those guys that followed these kids growing up through the high school circuits. Yes, stop. Yes, you would.
No.
Okay, well, EYBL, whatever, it doesn't matter. You hire somebody. What's Mo Williams doing? Hire someone that's been in the grassroots system that knows some of these players and has known them for years. And then he would have those relationships with them. Because when you hire him and you do have guys that played in the EYBL circuit, they know someone who knows Team Thad, whatever, just as an example here. And you already have a gateway in there, right? I think that is your path of success. It doesn't have to be a Memphis player by any means, just someone in the EYBL circuit.
Yeah, just get somebody that's going to bring some dudes with them that have Memphis bodies.
Yeah, well, that's the only way you're going to be able to do it.
And know how to have been a part of winning. Can we get some guys that know how to win basketball games?
What? No, I don't think you got to do that.
Inefficient dudes from losing programs.
You can find guys that have been on losing programs. You need to find smart players. Find people that understand basketball. That way we're not in the same damn situation of not clearing out the ball. And we end up losing because of a three.
I don't want anybody that's been a part of a losing program.
I'll take whatever if they're smart. I don't care.
Can we talk about one more topic that Ed discussed? I want to get y'all's thoughts on because it has pushed a lot of buttons in the Tiger Nation, and I want to get y'all's thoughts on it.
What is it?
Are y'all ready to move on from that? Okay. Ed said there's one thing that Penny needs to do, and that he needs to be more vulnerable, and he specifically mentioned being vulnerable to boosters, donors, the money people at the University of Memphis. That has pushed a lot of buttons in Tiger Nation today. Oh, so you're wanting Penny to be a kiss ass? You want him to just kiss all the big money boosters' ass? Like that's what you want him to do? What are y'all's thoughts on that?
Let me. Can I ask you with a follow-up question?
Mm-hmm.
How many times has Penny mentioned that we've had like an NIL situation or need more money or we couldn't afford this player for X, Y, and Z? Something along those lines.
Very true.
Because if he said those things, then this is a perfect time to kiss someone's ass. I don't care what you got to do. Like you can't complain about not having the NIL funds, but then also not really talk to boosters and make time for them or try to go out and find help and find time and raise more money and things like that. Does that make sense?
The word that I think is the key word is he used the word vulnerable.
To me, that's not kiss ass. That's being open and honest. I would say, like,
I get what you're saying with
Jay's point. I think that's like being more honest of I need more, I need help, I need financial, like I don't know. Back to the Bradley situation. If we were outbid by Arizona, like that's, I don't, go into the boosters and telling them straight up. I don't know. That's how I take that. I don't know is that wrong? I don't think it's kiss ass. It's being open and honest and trying to have those discussions about what you need to be successful, what scares you, kind of stuff.
I think this is a very true statement by John Cook. Not everyone on the board wanted Penny to stay. I agree. But he's here. He's back, right?
Yeah, but I don't think there was a strong enough opinion one way or the other, and that's why he's back.
100%.
Right? It was like 50-50, it seemed, on people wanting him back or wanting him gone. Like, if there were more people barking for him to be gone, I think he would have probably been gone.
I mean, I think it really just boiled down to the financial side of it. Like, not everybody wanted him here, but not everybody wanted him gone enough to be able to step up and make it actually happen.
Like, back to the vulnerability about the donors and the boosters. What is the opposite of being vulnerable? Like, if he's saying specifically the word vulnerable, like, he could have said a lot of words. He could have said he needs to be more transparent, or he needs to be more communicative, or he needs to, engage. But he said vulnerable. The word vulnerable was very key to me. It means that, like, for me, if I'm thinking about the opposite of the word vulnerable is putting on a front towards
you're closed off. You're not really expressing how you truly feel and think and what you're like.
That you're not allowing the people that want to help you, right? Like, could you imagine? Like, it's such a unique situation, and it's like, as a business guy, I look at it and I say, you have to be successful. You have to tap every single resource that you possibly have to be able to be successful in today's day and age of college basketball, college sports, whatever. And there is not a single coach in the game, I think, that would have more people just fawning over him, ready to open up pocketbooks and checkbooks and give babies away and private jets for free. And here's my boat you can have. Like, if Penny Hardaway were to go to these people and say, I need you to step up and help me because we need help, dude, I think there wouldn't be a single booster that would tell him no.
This is, I guess this is closer to us. This makes more sense to us. But how many times has Penny made a comment about, like, we need the fans to show up? And he's talked about how it seems like media is kind of against him in a way. But this is the same guy that operates in a closed circle. Yeah. He doesn't let anyone come to practice. He doesn't let us see anyone. It's a new roster every year. You don't get to meet these players. Yeah. So you're keeping everyone in this closed loop, and you don't let fans meet them. You don't let the media meet them. You don't let the media introduce these players to everyone else. You can't write stories about them, so no one gets to know them. We just get to watch them play basketball. I think that also plays into this, right?
I'll give you an example.
You want people to be connected to the program, but yet you don't let them in, and you're obviously not making time to build more money for more NIL. So yeah, I get vulnerable there. Maybe it's not the word I would have used, but I get what he's saying, right? You're excluding donors, you're excluding media, and you're excluding fans from meeting the players and connecting with the program.
I'll give you an example on that. This year, we had a sponsor come on board with Bluff City Media that was specifically wanting to do a player of the week for women's basketball, men's basketball, and football. Offer them, turn it into an NIL situation where they were given to, as they were being celebrated for being players of the week. They would come out to this place. They would do an interview with us at Bluff City Media, and they would receive compensation through gift cards, whatever it may be, to get to as the players of the week. The football program and the women's basketball program opened the doors and said, absolutely, Memphis basketball, men's basketball, was the only one that said no. They didn't even say no. They just stopped. They just refused to answer, like refused to even engage with us about it. And so because of that, the sponsor said, yeah, we're good. We'll move on. We're not going to.
It's because they knew we wouldn't have very many players of the week performances.
Maybe. But again, but it just goes back to the point of what you're talking about. Like, we sit here and complain about not being able to get to know this team, and yet there are companies in this city, there are institutions in this city that are saying we want to put our money behind helping tell the stories of these guys and these young ladies and these men on the football team. We want to be able to do those things. And it's and I don't know if that's a Penny mandate. I don't know if Penny mandated that couldn't happen, but that is an absolute missed opportunity, right? Absolutely.
I'm going to be honest. I feel like that he probably didn't even have any idea about it. That
Maybe.
just seems like, I mean, I don't know. Just my sense of things. I feel like, and I don't know how you reached out. I think it fell on blind eyes, and they may have read it, forgot about it, never communicated anybody. And that's what I just feel like that's what happened.
Well, then amateur.
Yeah.
Raise your level.
Yeah.
Like, raise your level. Be vulnerable and ask for help and say, hey, we want to help you. As a media entity, we're not here to do your dirty work. We're not here to be shills for you like they've wanted us to in the past, right? They've wanted us to shill for them. And how dare Trey say something about this, about the football team last year, and removed access for us to do certain things with them. That's whatever. But we're not your shills. You don't pay us to work for you. But we are here to help tell the stories of some of your guys. And we do have businesses that want to do watch parties, official watch parties, those kinds of things, plus players of the week type situations. And it never gets back to anybody. Then if that's the case, stop being so amateur. Raise your level.
No, I think it's definitely that. I can't remember it. I can't remember exactly what it was, but there was some, I don't know if it was a visit or somebody, I don't know if it was like a player visit or something else, but there was pictures posted on Instagram of somebody that had been to different universities and like the welcoming that they got and the welcome package that they got and stuff. And then they posted what Memphis's was. And it was, we like left them a ripped brown paper Kroger sack with this, some shorts and a t-shirt in or something that was like packaged taped up. Whereas, I don't know wherever else they went. Florida or somewhere had like this huge, awesome presentation of a nice big bot. Like, I don't know. It just, to your point about amateurism, that makes me think of that. I think that's what's going on. You reached out, somebody read it. They didn't do anything with it. They forgot about it. Penny probably never even knew about it. We'll try again next year. Maybe we'll have more player of the week type performances next year and it'll be better.
Yep.
I don't know. I do get what he's saying. I do think Penny needs to be more around.
Why does he write this? Why did you write this? What are you doing right now?
I didn't know what would happen. Yeah, it did exactly what I thought it would. I get what he's saying though. And Penny is one who's basically said we need more NIL money. We need more to be able to compete, right?
I don't know.
Which is kind of funny considering we do have more money than anyone else in the conference in NIL, allegedly. No one can seem to prove that.
The way that I kind of take that now, thinking about it, is like Ed is saying he needs to do that. He needs to go and ask the boosters for help. They will help. But to me, it sounds like, and it wouldn't be surprising that Penny probably has this attitude of like, I shouldn't have to go help. If they want Memphis basketball, like they'll come and help kind of situation. You know what I mean? Like if they're, I shouldn't have to go and talk to them like that and ask them if they want to help, they'll help. If they don't want to, then F them, like kind of thing. Is what I could see it being.
Yeah, but at the same
time, to Kenny's point, it's like if you just engage with them, if you're open with them, they will give you what you need to be successful.
I don't know. I think there's a lot of look at IP, for example. That's a company headquartered right here in Memphis. You can use Silvamo if you would like. They don't really get involved.
I'll hit
They
up
don't
the
really get
CEO
involved
of Salamo.
in Memphis athletics, and I get it, right? That's not really the consumer type of thing there, right? You're not going to, you don't need to go to sell to Kenny and you and myself about international paper products. That doesn't speak to us per se. But those are people that have money. You could go to those corporations and get help, but that's not something that we would do. And I think that's maybe a bad example, but I think that's kind of what he's saying here. Is like, if you want to complain about that, open the program up and tell people you need help, because if not, everyone's going to assume you're fine unless you say otherwise.
This Penny is such a unique person, because I have never in my life I've never had the proximity to somebody that's as famous as he is. And it is wild to see how other grown men, like, they are willing to do whatever it takes just to get time with Penny Hardaway.
That's what it's like when TJ walks around the Liberty Bowl.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Like, there was a player from Memphis that ultimately went to Tennessee that his dad was so upset because he wanted to be best friends with Penny that when that did not happen, he refused to allow that player to come to Memphis to play basketball. He ultimately went to Tennessee. Like, this is the level of craziness around
what? Say that
Penny
again?
Hardaway. The dad of the player, all he wanted was to be Penny's best friend.
You're talking about Tony Harris?
Nope.
No? Who? Scooter?
Mm-mm.
Who from Memphis went to Tennessee that wanted to be Penny's best friend? Why are you keeping it a secret? Like, this is some...
It's not a secret anymore. Kennedy Chandler.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like back when Penny was playing.
Mm-mm.
I thought there were some other issues with that.
There were some other issues with that, but that was one of the main reasons why Kennedy Chandler chose to go to Tennessee, was because his dad was like, I just want to be like, I thought me and you were going to be boys.
So stupid.
Like, that's the level of influence and power that Penny Hardaway has. People just want to be around him. So people are willing to go, hey man, I'll write you a check for $1 million if you just go do dinner with us. Just go do dinner. And here's a check for a cool $1 million.
Look, Tigers Untapped will go to dinner for you for half the price. We'll save you $500,000 and we'll go. All right, last thing I want to talk about that Ed said as it relates to next year. Gary basically asked him about expectations specifically for next season. TJ's been all about this. He's been hammering Jonathan and I in our group chat about it. We both answered him. TJ didn't like our answers, but ultimately they're right.
Bad answers.
It's the answer. We didn't say it was our answer. The question was, what does Penny have to achieve next year to be retained? Gary asked him the same thing. The answer was the goal is to win the conference championship and to make the NCAA tournament. TJ hates that answer, but I think that's what it is. If he makes
I hate the answer.
Tournament next year, he will be back.
Yeah, okay. So you make it, let's say hypothetically, they make it to the tournament next year because they have a decent enough record, even if they don't win the conference, or if they do win the conference. It doesn't. I think it does actually matter. I take that back. If they don't win the conference and they make it just because they have enough wins and it is a 2-bid league for some crazy reason, and then they get boat raced by 20 in the first round, I don't think that should qualify you getting to come back. I don't think that should be how that works. And I think that's fair.
Okay, what if the same situation plays out and we lose again on a buzzer beater missed call in the first round?
It's results-based league. I don't. At what point are you going to expect something different? How long do you keep doing it until you expect something different? You know what I mean? What's the sample size at that point? 10 years with one advancement outside of the first round? What are we doing? Granted, it's not 1 of 10. It's like 1 of 7 at that point. You got 2 NITs in 1 year where you didn't make the tournament. Is it right? 1 year where there wasn't a tournament. So you're at 1 of 6. I don't know. I just, that's what I'm saying. This is a slippery slope. And I get, okay, I get why they brought him back. Let's just start off there. I get why you brought him back. I just think it's now a slippery slope. And people are going to find reasons that he should come back after getting, making the tournament next year and then getting boat raced by 20 by whomever, right? I guess maybe the team doesn't matter. It does matter. How do you look at that? But I think then you bring him back for another year. And if he doesn't win the conference, then it's like, what?
Well, then his contract's up because he only has 2 years left.
And then you're just not going to sign him again? You wait till the end of the year for that?
Yeah.
It hasn't happened before. When's the last time you've seen someone?
And then we had 10 full years. We thank him, and you don't have to do a buyout, nothing. We start all over.
You gonna freaking Lionel Hollins him? You gonna give him the Lionel treatment? We didn't fire you. We just didn't bring you back.
Lionel's still in the set. I saw something about Lionel the other day in the news. What is he doing?
Well, he's probably that GM they're about to bring on.
No,
Lionel's still in Memphis. I saw him.
Yeah, he's still in the Memphis. There was some news headline about him.
I saw him at my daughter's volleyball tournament a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, okay, here it is. He's taken a role at Heal the Hood Foundation.
Yeah,
I don't know what that is.
He's been a part of that for a while.
Well, news to me and the rest of the media outlets. All right, did we take a break on these live things, Kenny?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We're gonna take a break. Let's take a break. When we get back, TJ and I are concerned that a former Tiger football player may be being held hostage. We'll talk about that when we come back. We'll be right back.
Some dreams don't just come true, they come with 4 paws. At Puppy Dreams, we match loving families with happy, healthy puppies. From playful companions to lifelong best friends, your perfect match is waiting. And with our professional grooming spa, your pup will look as amazing as they feel. Visit Puppy Dreams today and meet the one who's been waiting just for you. I think what we saw out of Bradshaw this year is the best you're going to get, and it's not enough. Aaron Bradshaw's not a good basketball player. He just so happens to be 7'1". And I think that what you saw out of him is literally tapping the very limits of his potential. If that is what you're wanting back, I'm good on any. I'm not good on that. Like I don't like. That is it. That is all you're getting out of Aaron Bradshaw. Yep. Because at the very beginning of the year, he was unplayable. Like unplayable, couldn't do a thing. And Penny he got every bit of juice out of Aaron that he could possibly get out of him. And I think he's tapped.
The stretch of basketball we saw from Aaron Bradshaw in the middle part of conference play was probably the best we'll see of Aaron Bradshaw. I don't really think he's much better than that. If he does come back, Kenny, he can't be making this much money.
Tune in to Tigers Live with Francis Carlotta, live after every Memphis Tiger basketball game on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
I expect Penny to be back, but we joked about this on the show the other day, man. I think it's going to be a little weekend with Bernie's situation. We get a Bernie situation, man, where they drag Penny out there.
Little Penny's going to be up there.
Hey!
With Ed pulling the string.
Yeah, Ed's going to be back there holding the strings.
My worry is that we're going to see a situation where Penny is the coach, but he's not really The coach.
You're telling me you're going to hire these assistants for Penny Hardaway, and he has no idea whether or not he can trust them or whether they want his job? Penny's had concerns about that previously with some of his assistants. With
guys that he picked.
I can't imagine that Penny Hardaway, as much as badly as I know he wants to fix this, is down with losing that kind of power, with just being out there basically as a face. I mean, you start getting into that territory. I think you're basically already stating that if you want to reduce his power that much, frankly, you should have moved on from the head coach himself, right?
Tune into the Anthony Sain Show Monday through Fridays at 1 p.m. live on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Memphis, it's time to plant your flag. Join us this Saturday for an afternoon of art, college basketball, and celebrating this great city. The Plant Your Flag series is a direct response to recent national media coverage of the Memphis Grizzlies and the city they call home. Curated by Australian artist Wayne Hunt, the series celebrates all things that makes Memphis, Memphis. The people, the places, and of course, basketball. Partnered with Bluff City Media, the artworks include caricatures, odes, icons, and landmarks that set the story straight about the 901. Stepping up with that famous Southern hospitality, Grind City Brewing is proud to host the show with the city as the perfect backdrop. This Saturday, March 21st, come raise a glass with us to Memphis, basketball, and the people that make this city great.
Tired of the same old fast food? The soggy fries, the frozen flavors, the meals that never quite hit right. Head over to Waldo's Chicken and Beer, where everything starts fresh and flavor comes first. Our chicken is fried in rich beef tallow for that bold, old-school crunch you can actually taste. And don't skip the premium homemade southern sides, fresh greens, hearty white beans, and creamy mac and cheese made to complete the meal. Bring your whole family. There's plenty of space to relax, plus a game room the kids will love. Catch the game on big screens, grab a drink at the full bar, and enjoy happy hour specials every day from 3 to 6, all day on Tuesday and Sunday. Waldo's Chicken and Beer. Real food, real flavor, made from scratch.
What time Waldo's closed? I'm about to get off here and get up and get me some chicken.
Dude, it's so good. Have you had it before?
I haven't. I'm gonna get over there.
Waldo's is phenomenal.
It ain't that far. Beef tallow.
Beef tallow. I'd never heard beef tallow until I went to Waldo's and they started talking about it.
What?
And then I've heard it 75,000 times from other places in the last 2 weeks.
That's you just started noticing it. That's like when you see a car you hadn't seen before and then are really paid attention to it, and then all of a sudden they start popping up all over the place.
Yeah.
All right, we tease it for the break. TJ and I have some concerns about Bryce Huff and his current situation. Kenny's got the video. He released this into last week, over the weekend.
Yep.
Retirement abruptly from football at the
Didn't
ripe
he just
age.
sign a new deal?
He literally just signed a deal with San Francisco last year, right?
Yeah.
Didn't he play one season for them?
Yeah.
27 years old. Can he play the video?
You tell me how long. Do you want to play the whole thing, or do you want?
We don't have to play the whole thing. Just let people get a sense. We'll let them make their own decisions.
Okay.
About this video,
because he's a very eloquent speaker and knows it and speaks for a while. So
yes, he does.
All right, here it is.
So I'm not too used to recording videos and stuff like this, but I wrote a bit too much to post on Instagram, so I'm gonna just read what I wrote instead of you guys having to.
Where is he in Ireland?
I'm not sure that that's not a green screen, but
read a novel. I'm retiring from football. I started playing football when I was 4 years old. Growing up, I wasn't the biggest or the strongest, and I didn't have many friends. All I really had was the game. Football kept me grounded. It gave me something to hold on to. For a long time, people didn't see much of me until about 8th grade when Coach Mass came into my life. He changed the way I viewed myself in the game. From that point on, I put everything I had into football. I was about 5'7" at the time, praying to God to give me just enough height to make it to college, and he did. I worked my way into becoming a leader on my team. We won two state championships and built friendships that still mean everything to me today. Guys who pushed me to be better every single day. That work earned me an opportunity at the University of Memphis under Coach Mike Norvell. Memphis took my game to another level. I learned what real grind was like and focused on getting 1% better every day. We won a conference championship and earned a New Year's Six bowl game. Even then, nothing was handed to me. I wasn't invited to the Senior Bowl or the Combine. I entered the NFL with a massive chip on my shoulder and signed with the New York Jets as an undrafted free agent. Thanks to Coach Greg Williams and Blake Williams, I earned a roster spot my first year. I spent countless hours learning everything I could about the game. When Coach Sala arrived my second year, he and his staff helped me become the best version of myself. My 4 years in New York will always mean a lot to me. That locker room built me. During that time, I earned a contract that made me the highest paid undrafted non-QB in NFL history. I spent a year in Philadelphia where we won a Super Bowl. It wasn't the smoothest season for me personally, and I've always been honest about that. Early on, I let things affect how I approached my work, and by the time I got my mind right, I had torn a ligament in my wrist. That injury forced me to step back and really evaluate what mattered in my life. That led me to San Francisco, where I was able to reset in a system I understood with the group of guys I respected. We battled through injuries, fought our way into the playoffs, and gave everything we had. Through all of it, I realized something. Football has been my entire life. I've played ever since I was 4 years old. But at 27 years old, I know I'm capable of giving the world more than just football. The game taught me perseverance. It taught me discipline. It taught me how to lead and how to find a way forward when things feel impossible. Now it's time for the next chapter of my life. I'm building a company called Neighborstone. Lithium-ion batteries power the modern world, but they carry a fire risk that current suppression technology was never designed to solve. We're building safety infrastructure specifically for that problem. Proprietary suppression systems, advanced detection technology, and containment built for lithium-ion battery events. This mission will save lives and protect critical infrastructure as battery technology continues to scale. I can't ask the people who believe in this mission to go all in if I'm not willing to do the same. Football gave me everything, and now it's time for me to give everything to something new. To the game of football and everybody who believed in me and supported me along the way, thank you.
Wow.
I don't know how I feel now that I watched it again.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
Speak your truth,
side
Trey.
conversations when that came out, and there were people that just concerned about his well-being, and if these San Francisco tech bros were. But now I'm like, maybe he's just realized that football's not everything. Good for him. But I am curious, how what are the stats behind lithium-ion batteries and their explosion?
Don't worry.
Fire?
I looked it up.
Nice. Look at you.
Because when I heard
What
this,
a
I was
very,
like, this is
very, very niche thing to get into, by the way.
Like, how did he get in
It
there?
is.
Outside of football. And it is strange that this lines up with him moving to San Francisco. But anyway, TJ, give us the stats.
Do you want U.S. specific?
Sure, let's start there. I mean, if you have global, that would be great. We got iPhones and just all sorts of stuff all over the globe.
Globally, 100 deaths per year, roughly. In the U.S., it's somehow roughly 10 to 40, which seems like a big jump. 10 to 40 deaths per year, depending on the year and the data set. Is that not?
Okay.
So
reevaluating.
If you were curious, I looked up what are some other things that kill somewhere between 10 to 40 people a year.
Stop it. Don't.
Cow related deaths, either from being kicked, trampled, or crushed, often farmers or ranch workers, I assume. 20 to 30 people per year. Lightning strikes, 20 to 30 deaths per year.
Wow.
Bee, wasp,
I would
and
have figured
hornets.
lightning's.
Bee, wasp, and hornet stings make up for about 60 to 80 deaths per year. But a subset of that, 10 to 30 are sudden severe allergic reactions. So, like, what are you going to do there? Trey, let me keep going here because this is it gets weird.
What is this on? What are you on currently?
The internet. 20 to 50 deaths per year from ladid related fatalities. Like if you were to clean your gutters. Falling icicles.
That one.
Falling icicles.
I should stop getting on the ladder to clean my gutters.
How many people do you think die from ice missiles?
I don't know, but that sounds graphic because I bet they're getting freaking pierced by a dagger of a. I've seen some massive icicles.
Okay, well, how many people do you think in the U.S. die a year from falling icicles?
I don't know, 100.
Kenny, any guesses?
85.
No, it actually varies a lot, but some years land in the low double-digit range. That was a personal choice. I looked up falling icicles to see how many times someone died. But.
Look up this one because I've always heard people talk about this one randomly. Falling coconuts. How many people die every year from a coconut falling?
A coconut?
Yeah. Never mind. I just looked it up. That's okay. It's an urban legend. Misinterpreted from a 1984 study and a 2002 exaggeration.
I see 150 deaths per year worldwide from coconuts.
Yeah, but that's
falling
saying that it's often quoted and incorrect. It's a misinterpretation from a 1984 study. Forget it. What a very niche thing to get in. I was honestly expecting it to at least be in the thousands of people that were killed by lithium-ion batteries exploding or catching fire. 100 is globally. 100 is roughly, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, how much money do you think he's putting into this? That the people that he's working with are like, we're not doing this unless you quit football today from Greenland. If you film a video from Greenland, not looking at the camera to quit football, we will back you.
I don't know. It seems weird. We differed on Bryce Huff. I thought he was good. I never thought he was elite.
Yeah, TJ never thought that he should have ever been the highest paid undrafted non-QB in the league. Thought he was severely overrated. We had this argument with him all the time.
I said Charles overrated him because he was not a 3-down defensive lineman. He played only on pass rushing ends. On pass rushing downs. I don't think you should pay someone
because that's what he was a pass rusher.
I don't think you should pay someone who plays sometimes that much money. It is what it is.
Kenny, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on this?
I mean, all I can think about is what do
you get from that video? The other part of that is like there was no emotion in that video whatsoever.
I mean, I have a theory on that, but I'll leave it alone because
what's your theory?
Yeah, what do you mean?
I'm not saying he had to be like crying. I'm just saying like there was no inflection changes in his voice, nothing. It was just like a very monotone reading of a script.
He might be on the spectrum, to be honest with you. That's what I read from it. He very much looked like the way he wasn't looking at the camera, the way that he was looking down and his eyes were doing this a lot. He very much looked like he was on the spectrum. Honestly.
Okay.
So I'm not going to make fun of him for that, right? Like I'm not going to make fun of him.
I'm not making fun of him.
Like I think
it was just a weird video.
It was very weird. All I could think about when he was doing the lithium-ion battery stuff is, what does a containment system look like? Like I was like, lithium-ion batteries go inside things to power them. Like what?
I know. So I'm like, is he creating some kind of case that you like set your battery-powered devices in while you're not using them, so that if they explode or catch fire, it's inside of a locked case?
I don't know exactly what I need to go look. What's the company called again? I need to go look at this company and see what they're doing. We should figure that out. What's that company called again? Hold.
I don't know. I can't remember.
I don't know, but you just put it in like an airtight bag so the fire can't live. Is that what we're doing here?
I mean, yeah, that's what it sounds like. Some sort of neighbor stone is what it's called.
Neighbor stone. Okay. Let's go look.
It's going to be some kind of stone phone case that is a fire suppressant.
It seems super light to carry stone in your pocket around your phone.
Revolutionize. Is this it? Revolutionizing industries with nanotechnology. I don't think this is.
Dude, Outkick the coverage. Outkick just said San Francisco 49ers DN pick strange business venture over NFL.
I mean, that's not an incorrect headline. I found a neighbor stone, and I'm not sure that this is.
They don't have a website.
Yeah, this is not.
No, they're a startup, dude.
Well, you got to have some kind of. I mean, how do people figure out about you?
Well, Trey, I work for a startup, and we don't have a website. You know what I mean?
TJ.
I don't just tell you, we don't have a website.
Well, you will soon enough. All right, I don't know. We'll need to check back in.
Yeah.
We'll do a 6-month check-in on Neighbor Stone and Bryce. Let's get into this hooligan and get the heck out of here.
Pretty cool little can, honestly.
I like it. I like the artwork. That guy looks like a real hooligan, doesn't he?
He does.
It's green.
Flying
Goes
bubbles.
very well with the St. Patty's Day episode.
It's good.
You guys know how I feel about a sticker that doesn't go all the way around, doesn't fit the whole can. There's a lot of silver up here at the top. Doesn't touch.
It's a weird thing to harp on.
I'm just,
Still.
I don't like it. I do like this can. I like the skeleton man. I like his little, what's that style of hat called?
Jonathan. Those are called Jonathans.
What is that hat called? It's
a Kangol. That was a brand, but
no. What's his name used to wear them? Payne Stewart.
Jason Smith.
Yeah.
No, Jason Smith.
No, the Kangles don't have a brim on them. A bill, whatever.
Yes, they do.
Right? No, they don't.
Yes, they do. I mean, it's not that big.
Okay, they do, but it's not as whatever. I don't know what they're called.
What did you rate the can?
I'm gonna go like a 6.9.
Yeah.
If I were looking at it just on your camera, I'd rate it lower because the color is hideous via your light.
You guys bitch about my light nonstop. So I get it, and now you're mad. And if I don't use it, you're mad. There's no winning. There's no winning. Now it feels like it's an Are You Afraid of the Dark episode because I'm coming down from down under. Is that better for the color scheme here?
You look like the Undertaker.
Dude, look,
you're welcome.
Like
thanks, guys.
Paul Bearer more than the Undertaker.
Need Sarah tattooed across my neck. No, cool can. I like the color green. It's pretty plain though. Like if you're looking at this side, not that cool.
Yeah.
You jump to that side, kind of dope. Not gonna lie. I think I would have doubled up on this. I'm not gonna be weird like Trey and talk about the silver exposed. I do think it's cool. I'm probably gonna go a little bit lower than Trey since the color was so bad on mine. I'm making fun of Trey. Probably like a 6.7. It's just kind of a boring can, but I do like the one side. The beer was good though. I don't know the last time we've done an Irish red or if we've ever done an Irish red.
I'm giving it bonus points because it has 4-leaf clover on it. I don't know that we have done an Irish red, but it was good as far as the beer. Did enjoy it. I wish it was a pint.
Of course.
Just doesn't feel right drinking a 12-ouncer especially on St. Paddy's Day for an Irish Red. But I would do this again. Crushability score is pretty good. You could have multiple of these.
Oh yeah,
could have gone back to back. I'm going to go 7-3 on this thing. I'd drink them again. I'd get it again.
Yeah, I could definitely drink 2 of these. I went 7-8. I thought it was pretty good. I will say, well, it's pretty good. The only concern I have is it got kind of hot towards the end of it. But if you drink it cold, that's pretty damn good, lad. Pretty good. I like that. Speaking of 4-leaf clover, by the way, you can go in Jonathan's parents' backyard literally at any point in time and find a 4-leaf clover back there. They have like a magical 4-leaf clover patch. Fun fact.
All of them are 4-leaf clovers, or you have to like kind of dig around.
I have seen them pull out like 7 at a time, but I mean, I don't know if every one of them is, but they have an absurd amount of 4-leaf clovers back there.
Might need to do like a soil test over there and see what's going on.
I've never found one of my own, but they just have them growing in the plenties there.
That's pretty wild. All right, well, that wraps up our special St. Paddy's Day live episode. Like, subscribe, tell your friends, bring a cold beer, stay for the hot takes. We'll see you next week. We out. Peace.
If you enjoyed this episode of Tigers Untapped, leave a rating and a review wherever you download your podcasts. Like and subscribe at Bluff City Media's YouTube page.